Greetings and welcome back to Cooking with Squirrel. If you're new here, I'm the Squirrel. Today we're going to do our second ever cause video, and it's especially cool because if you watched the video a couple back, I did one of the Team C's videos for Mark Rober and Mr. Beast, and I've gotten a local clean water specialist to come in and do a video with us. So we're going to learn who they are and what they do in a little bit in the first course. We're going to do the same thing we did last time, 5 courses. We'll get some information in each course from our guests, and I think we'll have a good time. So let's get into the cook. Behold today's squirrel shirt, a banjo playing squirrel. All right, our first course is going to be Spanish garlic shrimp. The recipe I'm following is from Chef John of foodwishes.com. Awesome dude, check him out. I'll put the link to his recipe for this in the description of the video. We're going to start with a 1/4 cup of olive oil and 4 cloves of garlic into the cold oil. Going to bring this up over medium heat until the garlic just starts to turn brown. We're going to season our shrimp. We're going to throw some smoked paprika and a little bit of hot paprika and some salt to taste. So we're going to get our shrimp in a single layer. Okay, we're going to do about a minute on each side on these shrimp. Giving our shrimp a flip and starting to cook the other side. Last ingredient is we're gonna emulsify in some dry sherry. We're gonna use a nice quality dry sherry because it's one of the main flavors in this dish. All right, shrimp's done. We're gonna get it off the heat so it stops cooking, and then we're gonna plate up. All right, we're gonna plate up. Be a few pieces of toasted filone bread from a local bakery that have been broiled, and those will get soaked with the delicious shrimp juices. Now let's get some parsley on here. There we go. Let's serve them. All right, first course is Spanish garlic shrimp. And dig in, try it out, have as many bites as you like, and then once you're ready, we'll do our first question.
Amazing, yum.
And the very best part is the bread soaked in the juice at the end. The shrimp are good, but like you get the shrimp and the sherry and the olive oil and everything going on in the bread at the end. It's just fantastic.
Okay. Well.
Okay, so first question: who are you, and what do you do, and who are you with?
So my name is Jay Frankenfield, and this is Jennifer Venable. We work for Loudoun Soil and Water Conservation District. The district is a state political subdivision. So think of a county as a state subdivision, or a district is a state subdivision.
Okay.
So some districts cover multiple counties. We just cover Loudoun County. And most of our mission is water quality focused. So I work primarily on the agricultural side. So there's a state cost share program where we can help provide money to farmers to get livestock out of streams,
Right.
By helping them install fencing and water troughs. So that's one side of it. Then there's more of an urban side where there's stormwater management practices we can help a homeowner with. There's tree planting projects. Jennifer works on the education side.
Sure. So I'm often in the schools with the kids, pre-COVID definitely, and
Right.
I've been trying to figure out other methods as well with that. Just talking about stormwater runoff and land use in Loudoun County, how we are polluting the waterways by our land use and the effects of what we do on a daily basis. Causes with the stormwater runoff a lot of pollution to end up in our waterways, so that education piece, as well as things like just outreach in general, so our website and social media and things like that is what I tend to focus on.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that covers our first question. So if you'd like to finish your course, and I'll go work on your second course.
Yay.
All right, for our next course, we're gonna have, which is the second course here, we're gonna do a pasta, and that pasta we're gonna dress with the viral baked feta recipe. All we're gonna do here is take some feta, a pile of cherry tomatoes, put those right around our feta, Gonna drizzle a little olive oil in, some fresh cracked black pepper. And at this stage, that is all we need. This is gonna go in the oven until it's all nice and soft. All right, our feta is done baking in the oven. We're gonna grab it, pull it out, and take a look at it. Stir it, and basically everything's gonna emulsify together. Just kind of smash everything together. You can see all of the olive oil and tomato has emulsified into this sauce, and it's just beautiful and luscious, and it's gonna be awesome on the pasta. We're gonna add some basil to our sauce. All right, so I've rolled out some pasta, made some fresh pasta earlier, cut it into a kind of a fettuccine type noodle. We're gonna boil it with some salt water, and then we're gonna get our sauce on it. We're gonna grab some of our pasta water, and we're gonna let this sauce down a little bit. It's a little bit stodgy right now. This sauce looks great, much better texture now that we've let it down. Nice tall pasta mist. All right, there's our sauce. Now we're gonna do some lovely tomatoes. A little bit of chiffonade basil. And there we go. We are all plated up. Let's go feed them their second course. All right, our next course is the pasta course, and this is the viral baked feta recipe. It's been all over the internet. Famous people have made it. Even J. Kenji Lopez-Alt, who's a super famous food scientist, food guy, he made it. So if he thinks it's worth it, it's a decent dish. So it's super easy, delicious. Please enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Looks awesome.
Well, that sauce is really good. Yeah.
Glad you like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is excellent.
All right, so you've had your second course. The next question on the agenda is, how does keeping our local waters clean impact the oceans as a whole?
Well, basically here in Loudoun, everything flows to Chesapeake Bay and eventually out to the Atlantic Ocean. So if you think about just keeping your local watershed clean, find out what your local watershed is, whether you're in Catoctin Creek, Potomac River directly, Goose Creek, and work to clean up locally trash in your area, or encourage farmers who have animals in the streams to get them out of the streams, or just overuse of pesticide on lawns,
Right.
In more urban areas. So just think about the way the water flows. It's all going to end up in the ocean,
Right.
And you can do something. Start at the headwaters. Start at the top,
Yeah.
where it starts.
But yeah, especially here in Loudoun, with all the construction and land, tearing up the land and so forth, and and then pave over with impervious surfaces, we have a lot of stormwater runoff.
Right.
And that's going to pick up a lot of the pollution from our daily use. Things like you mentioned, pesticides and fertilizers and trash of just litter laying around. You see it on the street, eventually that could end up in the ocean. So the stormwater runoff is going to carry that into your waterways, which then all drain to the Chesapeake Bay and the Atlantic Ocean. So what you do every day in your area is going to definitely have impact downstream.
Everything's connected.
Absolutely, yes.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And we'll get started on the third course.
Awesome, thank you.
We got our pasty dough out of the fridge. We're going to roll this out, or divide it into 6, roll it out, and get it filled and get it in the oven. I'm going to go with about a half a cup of our chicken. Now we try to seal it. And the cream. And onto the sheet tray. All right, so we got our pasties filled. We're gonna egg wash them and then get them in the oven so they will bake up nicely. All right, that's our egg wash. Let's get these in the oven. We'll check those in about an hour. We are done and done. Let's get these out. Our next course, Upper Peninsula, Michigan, pasties. And again, they are hand food if you like them to be.
Sure. Wow.
pushed my boundaries a little bit. So I'm happy the pastry came out. Is it
Yeah.
good and
Oh
flaky?
yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's great.
Good, good, good. All right, so our next question is what kind of projects are you working on locally?
Okay, so mainly what I'm working on are agricultural projects. We probably have about 50 different producers, farmers signed up for our Ag Best Management Practices program. So we can provide cost share funding that the state provides us to the producers to put in some practices, such as a crop farmer can put in cover crops for the winter. You want to keep, after they get the corn or soybean off the field in the fall, they can plant some ryegrass or wheat to keep cover on the soil over the winter to prevent soil erosion. So, and you know, the less erosion, less particles get into the waters to cloud them up. And then the other programs or projects are related to installing fencing and water troughs. So fencing keep the animals out of the stream. So if you do that, then there's no place for them to get water. So you provide them a water trough, hook it into a well, tie it into a spring, that sort of hookup. So those are mainly our ag projects going on right now.
Okay.
Education-wise, we do things throughout the year with a lot of the students. We have free conservation lessons that staff come into the classroom and present. For example, we have a huge model of the watershed, so the kids can see, kind of look and see, land use in Loudoun County, and they get to sprinkle on all the pollutants we talk about that people do every day that they don't probably really think about: the fertilizers, the chemicals, the pesticides, the herbicides. Even just digging up the land and loosening up the soil. Soil erosion is a huge problem in our waterways. So they get to participate with a hands-on activity to help them learn about what we do on a daily basis and how it has an effect in the waterways. We have things like conservation poster contests. We have for the older kids, we have like an Envirothon competition where they compete in natural resources topics like wildlife and aquatics and soils, and then also a Youth Conservation Leadership Institute. So if there's someone who's really passionate about the environment and they can, pick a topic and then kind of pursue that, whether they want to like organize a cleanup or plant a pollinator garden or something related to conservation, which ultimately has an impact on our water quality because it's all connected, like you said. So. Lots of good things going on with the young people. So.
We also have projects going on right now involving tree plantings. Through the VCAP program, where we also get money from the state, people can install rainwater harvesting systems, so collect the rain off your roof and then have another use for it, whether it be irrigating something. Also, lawn turf grass removal and replacing it with native grasses and wildflowers. So there's a wide variety we can offer to most anyone in Loudoun County, whether they're in the ag side or urban side. Something could apply through our office.
Yeah, very good. Enjoy as much or as little of that as you would like,
Right.
and I will go start on the fourth course.
Wow.
All right, for our fourth course, we are going to do a sous-vide salmon salad with tzatziki, tomatoes, arugula, mixed greens. Okay, we're going to dress this with a simple lemon vinaigrette, olive oil, and then some lemon juice, pepper, salt. That is a very nice emulsion. Okay, so let's dress before we get all these toppings on. Lightly with vinaigrette, tomatoes, salmon, and tzatziki. Let's get some nice flaky bits. And now the crowning glory. Now the actual crowning glory. There we go, fourth course done. Let's feed them. And our next course, fourth course, is the sous-vide salmon over a lemon vinaigrette salad with a dollop of tzatziki in the middle, all freshly made.
Okay.
So again, let us know what you think.
I can smell the tzatziki.
Looks good.
If you can't talk, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Right.
I like the lemon.
Yeah,
Sure.
the lemon vinaigrette.
Yeah.
That's like the most basic of vinaigrettes, but it's also one of the best.
Excellent.
Very good.
Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you once again.
What are your thoughts as our local representatives of clean water and soil? What are your thoughts on the Team C's project as a whole?
Team C's is awesome for us because, we have a local voice for sure, but the power of YouTube and Mark Rober and, famous influencers, YouTube influencers have on, especially young people who are watching them is amazing. So the fact that they took the time to promote, first it was Team Trees, and now they're focusing on Team C's. There's so many conservation issues, but the importance of clean oceans and cleaning up the oceans around the globe, because it really is a global issue. But we can all act locally to help improve the situation. I just think it's the coolest thing ever. I think next they need to do Team Bees for the pollinators.
That is a very, very good point.
Yeah, right?
If I ever get big enough that I am allowed to talk to either of them directly, I will bring that up.
Yes. So, just the power that they have with their voice is something we don't have. So, just that element right there, just to get the word out, is amazing to me.
Awesome. And I guess since we're on this topic, I could throw out there that the Team C's project has passed 15 million raised at the time of this.
Nice. Okay.
The filming of this.
Great.
So we're halfway there, and we're trying to push through. We don't have a lot of time left, but we're really trying to push through to get to that 30 million by the end of the year, and maybe we can do it. I hope we can do it.
So, yeah.
So
That's awesome news.
very good. All right. So
I like their approach. They're focused on the primary rivers that are causing most of the pollution out to the seas.
Yeah. And those are places that can't afford.
Yeah.
It's not that those places don't care.
Yeah.
It's they don't have the funds
Exactly.
to fix these problems. It's
Yeah.
it's such an ingrained social injustice problem just overall that you almost have to help, and hopefully this also helps hopefully the economies in the area, so that these projects are going, maybe will be stimulated some by all of this in the area as well. So
Yeah.
maybe it's a little bit of help other than just to the waterways, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, and it really shows we have no excuse here. Our waterways should not be polluted. We have trash pickup every week.
Yeah.
We have places to take our trash, like here in Loudoun. The Luckett's Ruraltons collect the trash every Saturday morning for people who are maybe not in a development that has trash service.
Right.
So, we don't have an excuse.
Yeah.
We can keep this place clean. And you see a lot of times after a rainfall, the water washes all that trash somewhere.
Yeah.
And a lot of people live in communities that have stormwater ponds, where that water collects there first before it overflows into the streams. Well, just take the time to organize in the community, go into your stormwater ponds, and they're dry most of the time, and they have trash in there.
Yeah.
Just pull that out.
Yeah. I fish, so whenever I'm out on a waterway, if there's any trash there, obviously I pack all my own trash out, in and out, but I'll find birds' nests of fishing line, and I will always pick that up and put it in whatever I've got with me and take it back out with me. The little things like that add up.
Yes.
If everyone did that, if everyone did that, some of that stuff never would have been there. But if everyone did one extra step, that's such a huge amount of people doing one extra step makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. Yep.
I agree.
Very cool.
All right. Anything else? All right. Enjoy the rest of your salads as much or as little as you like.
Thank
And
you.
I'll go start slicing some fruit for dessert. So we're preparing our fifth and final course, which is the dessert course, and we're going to do a chocolate cake with an assortment of fruits and a ginger Tahitian vanilla whipped cream. Oh, that looks great. And they're pretty. One up, one down. And that's dessert. Let's serve them up. All right, our fifth and final course, dessert. Doing a chocolate cake with ginger and Tahitian vanilla whipped cream.
Wow.
With assorted fruits to include mango, golden kiwi, strawberry, and blackberries. So dig in, let me know what you think. Enjoy.
Looks terrible. I can even smell it. It's so good. Excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's very good.
Always have a dessert stomach so I can eat it all.
I've always told everyone there's a completely separate stomach for dessert. There's always room because you have a different stomach for it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so in addition to supporting Team C's either by donations or supporting it by doing videos like this, as another creator could, what can we do to help your organization?
I would say act locally to have a global impact. You can do all sorts of things to improve water quality. You can practice the 3 R's, reduce, reuse, recycle. Try to not use single-use plastics. Bring your reusable bags to the store to just help cut back on trash and litter. And do you think about, do you really need to buy this temporary thing that you're just going to throw away in a week? And just be a little smarter about your purchases. Find out locally what is recyclable and how you go about doing that, so you're doing it the right way. Plant trees, plant native shrubs, native trees. There's lots of resources to find out what is native to our area. And get rid of turf grass, stop using fertilizers and pesticides and herbicides. I don't know, what do you think?
I just find out about your local soil and water conservation district and what programs they offer.
Okay.
There's going to be something there that's going to apply to something you're doing, and they can help out.
Great. And for you specifically, are there any volunteer things that people can do? Do you accept donations, or is all of your funding from government sources? Or
It's mainly from government sources, so we're not a nonprofit where we don't really accept donations. There are, other nonprofits that we work with, like Loudoun Wildlife Conservancy, Piedmont Environmental Council, so other organizations that, if you want to do something and maybe we don't offer, there are other organizations that we can point you to. We work a lot with the Virginia Tech Extension Office, who has a Master Gardeners program, a pond management team. So there's a lot of ways to get involved volunteer-wise through our organizations and the ones we work with.
Okay, awesome. And I'll make sure that all of your information's in the description of the video, so people will have access to your website to get to know more about what they can do here locally, because currently there's a fair number of my subscribers are local. So hopefully there would be a little bit of crossover there.
Yep.
Thank you so very much for coming in and doing this with us, helping us support Team C's, and I really hope you enjoyed your meal, and I guess thank you.
Well, thank you for
for feeding us 5 times
quite a
over.
meal.
It's awesome. So, right?
This is
thank
excellent.
Thanks for what you're doing tw too. So it's really giving of you to be doing all this. So.
Trying.
Yeah.
Get a little traction here. I want subscribers to be like more famous and more just to be able to do more with these particular kind of
Yeah.
videos that I do, the cause videos. So
Okay.
Sure.
you know, I'm trying to do my little part as much as I can. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, well, feel free to finish your dessert. And, time for me to do an outro and clean up. So I'd really like to thank Loudoun Soil and Water Conservation District for coming in and doing this with us. It was super awesome, both to learn something about my personal local area and what people can do in their local areas, and what they thought about Team C's. So if you are interested in supporting Team C's, please check out teamcs.org. I donated $100 out of my own pocket. I'll throw some proof of that up now. Obviously I and my team, which you can't see, are donating our time to make these videos to try and bring light to the project. So please donate if you can. Please bring it to somebody's attention. If you can't do anything yourself, just tell a friend. See who else, maybe somebody else can. Please do all the YouTube things. Give me a like if you enjoyed this. Give me a subscribe if you want to see my next videos. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think about the video, how you plan to help out either Team C's or your local soil and water conservation efforts. Go out there and do something nice for Earth today. Try and help clean the seas up in whatever way you can, whether that's monetarily or with your own efforts. Thanks for stopping by.